Flux with Friends, episode 6. Hello. Today I'm doing my core and inner thighs and the bottom of the booty. So this is super good for like before your lady time, if you feel like toxic, blocked up, because this is going to help to purge everything out from your lymphatic system. And also like the inner thighs and like the back of the legs are often an area that people who struggle with cellulite need some extra love and attention with. So that's me today. And if you're like in that period where like you're waiting for your lady day to start, kick in the lady day and kick out the bloating. So yeah, we already started. We were going to start pre-gaming on TikTok so we can get 2 different angles. We're live on TikTok right now too. Hi TikTok, is anyone still there? Oh, if you want to pre-game with us, like while I hook myself up, that's going to be the new protocol. And then we're going to turn you on when it's time to turn me on.
I don't know if I've had a workout like this.
Yeah, we're here with the lazy girl beauty. Whatever's easy to like just wake up and look cute.
Oh my gosh.
Like I love extensions on girls and stuff, but it makes me feel like I have a dead animal sewed into my head. Have you ever tried extensions?
Oh yeah, I had them. I just got them taken out recently.
Really?
My texture of my hair has changed. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's super curly now.
Oh.
Not as curly as yours.
That's it. Well, I've heard that switches during pregnancy. Like people who have curly hair, it'll go straight. Yeah, like I can't get my hair texture to match because it's like curly. How am I going to match this curl? And then it decides what kind of curly it wants to be, like depending on the day.
Yeah.
You know?
It's never consistent.
No.
And the under part is the prettiest part.
Really?
The part on top is like frizzy. It looks like I got electrocuted.
So you just want to like put it up.
And it's, yeah.
Like that, yeah. I'm glad that came back in style. The little mini ponytail on top. I've been working on getting better at my hair. My new bed is like my new like vanity.
Oh?
Yeah, it's got like a plug in it. I'm so excited. Oh. So then I can do my hair and my makeup and I don't have to get out of bed.
What?
Lazy girl beauty.
I love that.
Follow me for more hacks. Yeah, so we had so much fun filming your podcast the other day.
It's becoming more and more fun as I am learning my way with it and not so intimidated about what goes wrong or what needs to be better. So
yeah, you guys are filming at such a beautiful like location. Like LDR Studios does such a great job. Yeah. Like all their technicians are great.
Yeah.
So how many episodes do you have?
So we just wrapped season 1.
Awesome.
And that's 6 episodes. I know that's not typically what people do, but it's just so important for me that people realize how organic this is and that I've, with the help of the guys at the studio, I've learned this on my own. And with meeting people that are in the same path. But so I want people to see the growth of it. And I'm ready for the next season. I have all these notes and changes I want to make. So I'm like, okay, we'll wrap at 6. And then
you're already ready for like the upgrade.
I'm ready.
The visual upgrade for like season 2.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm excited.
So which episode am I in?
So you are number 5.
Number 5. That's a good number.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure.
I know. I said somebody else was number 5 too, but they were not.
Until it's in writing. I don't know.
But then they ended up getting shy. We didn't do it. So it's okay. So no, like maybe like 15 people saw me announce it. It's fine.
Well, so you can't control it all.
Right. So it still worked out.
Yeah.
It still worked out. I understand. Like I used to get shy before I was filming, but it's like really necessary when you have a business these days, yes. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, I just wish I would have like learned more about, like spent more time doing video as I was learning like photos. So it's like as soon as I started really getting good at the photos and like nobody cares about photos anymore.
That's fair. And I agree.
I started my first YouTube I put out in like 2009, I think.
Oh, wow.
And it was doing great. Like I had Victoria's Secret was like sponsored because it was the beginning of like sponsored ads.
Oh.
So I was already qualified for that. And then I just didn't make any more videos because I was like worried about them being like too perfect.
Yeah.
Which that was a bad choice. I should have just been putting out something like every single day.
I think that's one of my biggest intimidations is it needs to be perfect. But it doesn't. That's the beauty of editing.
Right. And then it's cool when people kind of see, you know.
I think it's important. I mean,
the growth.
That's what I want on my name, is showing the learning portions and showing that I've done it 100% on my own. Like, it's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. That's kind of part of the ugly talks.
Right, exactly. We want it to
We're
be
going against the
real.
grain here.
Real, relatable. Your podcast, we had so much fun.
That was really fun, and I didn't understand half of the terms that you were saying. But, I mean, I was there for it.
Right? I mean, I've had like flashcards for certain words before. Paradoxical adipose hyperplasia. Say that 3 times fast. What is that?
Or just once.
Or just once, yeah. It took me a minute. Like, it took me a couple weeks to get it right. So paradoxical adipose hyperplasia is what a lot of people get once they're having cool sculpting. So they try to freeze the fat, right?
Yes.
But your fat is trying to help you. So your body increases vascularity to that area. And then sometimes it doesn't kill the cells all the way. The cells just get weird and deformed. Like, they kind of look like, you know, one of those like ancient walls where they just found rocks that kind of fit together, where cells are supposed to be like round, you know, roundish, about the same. They're not supposed to look all weird and deformed. So yeah, look it up. Paradoxical. Now I'm just like talking about paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, especially if you're thinking about getting cool sculpting. You literally could not pay me $1 million to get cool sculpting. I would never risk that. Now with the skin tightening, with the scar reduction one, that one can help with that. So I've seen a lot of success with that, but it's like bruising, it hurts. A lot of times, like sometimes we can get rid of it all the way. Yeah. Sometimes we can't get rid of it at all. But like if you are going to go to a doctor, they can't operate on it at all because of the increased vascularity can cause necrosis of the tissue. So then you're walking around with like black dead tissue on your stomach. Oh gosh. Yeah. So
gross.
Like, why would you want to risk that?
No.
And a lot of people don't realize it's a thing. They just think it didn't work, especially for women, because like one area on cool sculpting is just like right here. Mm-hmm. And a lot of women are just like, oh, well, I have a pooch now because I'm older. They just think that it didn't work. And then if they start to lose weight and everywhere else on their body gets slimmer, but then they start to see like a little patch, like a little lump that's like the shape of the applicator. And also, I don't know how anybody could see the cool sculpting stick of butter and still know that they're going to look like that afterwards and still do it. It's like so disgusting. This is what you would look like immediately after cool sculpting. You've seen the pictures of my clients. They look amazing instantly better. And then the results really do start to get better over the next like 4 to 7 days.
I just can't get over how I've heard about looking at cool sculpting and it's painful.
It's painful. It makes you uglier. It deforms you. Yeah. Ugh. And then you can't get any kind of surgery there. Like, you're done. Unless you know me or one of my students who does the jade sculpting, we've had really great results with that, getting it better. But sometimes just like fibrosis that happens from like liposuction, I can just get it down to where it's somewhat smooth. And then we're like, okay, let's start getting rid of the scar tissue in the middle, or we get rid of the scar tissue on the side. So it's more like an ab etching situation. Okay. So then then that can work out pretty cool sometimes because it looks like like ab etching, but we're just sculpting the scar tissue and the fibrosis or the ick that's there, and to looking great for you, non-invasively. Because this is gonna be like 12 hours of working out. Yeah. I can already see you glistening.
I am sweating
right now.
But it gets me out by 6 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm good.
Oh, yeah. You can just like hydrate.
I can take tomorrow
sleep
off.
In. Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize you burn most of your fat when you're sleeping.
Well, I would explain.
Or breathing.
One of my children doesn't sleep, so that
makes it harder. Like,
it's so hard.
Yeah, like when my PCOS kicked in back a couple years, like hard. Like it never like disappears. But it kicked back in hard like a couple years ago, like right after I turned 35. Mm-hmm. And I had to like rechange a bunch of stuff with my diet, rechange how I was working out. And it turns out I was actually doing like too much cardio and it was making me fatter. Yeah. And then like my body was just I feel like it was just piling up toxins and didn't have enough time to release it. Like didn't even feel like it was like fat. Just felt like that blueberry chick from Willy Wonka, but like full of toxins. And I mean, I was doing cardio in the infrared sauna. Like I was doing lots of stuff, but
I think that there's like a level of too much.
So yeah, especially with PCOS, because it can kick up in the cortisol response. Mm-hmm. So I can do like 60, 70 minutes, like maybe twice a month. And then, because I do like to get like my heart rate up and stuff.
Right.
But then after that, I need to do like no more than like 40 minutes and I'm fine. And then making sure I get enough sleep. Like even if it's like one day a week, if I sleep like 4 hours, like 5 days of the week, and then one day I sleep like 14, like at least it's kind of balancing it.
Oh my gosh.
I got an embroidery machine.
Oh, nice.
I know. So I'm excited I just got a couple like hoodies, like cropped hoodies on TikTok.
Yeah.
Now I got to reformat the logo to fit it. And then you're going to see Ella Bardo logo on everything. On everything. You're probably, if I really love you, you're probably going to get something with the Ella Bardo logo on it for Christmas.
She knows how awkward I am at this stuff.
Yeah? Yeah. You just got to do it more.
I know.
Yeah, I know when I first started doing like
Brandi's mom here
and like filming, like I really didn't start to get better at it until I started editing myself a lot.
Yeah, I think when you look at it more,
like, oh, like, why am I making that face? Or
yeah.
So now I've kind of gotten better at that, I feel like, but definitely editing. And I know you've got like amazing editors. But
I do. I have a lot of good people at my fingertips.
You really do. But I would just recommend in the beginning editing it on your own. Like not to edit for people, right? But just to see like,
just to learn.
Why am I doing that weird thing with my face?
Because a lot of this stuff you can't learn unless you're hands-on with it.
Like I just gotta do it. Like jump in and see where I mess up. And then once I know where I'm messing up and then where I'm good at, then I feel like that's the way to grow fastest. That's how I train my students too.
So it took me a minute to get on to see the live stream. What is that you guys are attached to?
We're doing Flux red body sculpting. Brandi's going to be doing an hour today for her first time. That's equal to 12 hours of working out. I'm going to be doing maybe 40 minutes. So it overworks your muscles 300% more than what you can do on your own. And then your muscles freak out and they need fuel from somewhere. So they're going to use your stored up fuel source to this, which is your fat, not cellulite. That's something different, but this does get rid of cellulite too. So most people lose 3 to 5 inches instantly in their first session. It will also help to soften scar tissue. We do have a different treatment for that that's a little more intense, but we always start people with this first because who doesn't want to see instant results?
I do.
Right? And then it's going to melt off some cellulite. A lot of times the cellulite is going to be over the next couple of days when you drink some water, and then you're going to kind of pee that out. But this kind of emulsifies it so it can leave your body. So it's good to go to, saunas after this.
Oh, good.
Get a lot of electrolytes. I like to drink bone broth, body armor, teas, then put some Himalayan salt in the tea.
Okay.
I like to take magnesium and Himalayan salt with baking soda baths after this. So anyway, we can help to detox and take stress off of our organs too is also great. And it's also going to tone and lift muscles. Brandi's already got a cute little bubble butt, and we're just going to make it a little more, even more bubbly. One thing I really love about the Flux is that the more you work out, the more you're doing stuff for yourself, the faster you're going to see rewards in your body.
Yeah.
It really does reward you for the good work you've already done. Even if say some people get into a depressive state, or maybe they're on bed rest for something or whatever, but say they've been athletes for most of their lives.
Yeah. And
then say they took a year off, 2 years off, 3 years off. If you've been mostly doing good things throughout your life, this is going to make your body remember, remember the never ending story?
Mm-hmm.
Remember. This is what this does to your body. But I also have people who haven't worked out in 30, 40 years,
Oh, wow.
And you get to such a place where it's hard to make your body move. You don't want to go and work out in front of other people.
Well, you don't want to get injured too if
you don't want to get injured.
Especially if you're older.
That's a really good point to make too, because some people who were athletes in the past but then haven't worked out in 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Even if I haven't worked out in 6 months, I'm going to go to the gym with somebody who knows what they're doing so they can actually watch me and make sure I'm doing it right. Because even holding your purse too much or holding the kid too much on one side,
I like that.
Throw the body off.
My mom said, instant results are always awesome. I could be there for a few hours.
Yes, you and Brandi, but you can hold hands.
Yeah.
We have mothers and daughters that come together.
You're going to need your hand held on this one,
We've
Mom.
got sisters and sisters come together. I've had one brother, sister. We have lots of couples. We have so many couples that's why I ended up turning this into like a couples room. And a lot of mother daughters, a lot of sisters. And then so how was it for you getting back to Snatched after Twiz?
Snatched, that's very sweet. I've always been a workout person. Like it's more for my mental health than anything. During my entire pregnancy, I wasn't allowed to work out because it was so...
The whole pregnancy?
Mm-hmm. Like I could walk, but that was it. I mean, like I said earlier, when there's a goal, you
just stick to the goal. Yeah.
You know, life-changing goal, like having children. Mm-hmm. So I just walked as much as I could, and then...
Were you allowed to do inclines, or was he even still like...
No, I mean, it was just like you can go for a walk around the neighborhood.
You've got like a 10-minute limit.
Yeah. Like it wasn't that extreme, but he just was like, no Pilates, no bar, no weightlifting, no nothing.
Wow.
Like, just walk outside, walk the dogs, and that's it.
And is that typical with like IVF? Just because like, hey, you're expensive, let's just like be cautious.
I don't know.
Or was that?
It's with all IVF, or I think it was more so the twin factor.
Okay.
And it was just more high risk pregnancy. Yeah.
I think high risk is over 30, and then geriatric is over 35.
It's so ridiculous. I
know. I'm like, you need to come up with a different name.
It's so gross. It's so hurtful and like.
Right, so people are already like stressed out going through it.
Let's make it worse for you.
Yeah. Like I found that out because I was like right after I turned 30. And my friend had already done in vitro with one of hers. So I'm asking her, I was like, yeah, I think I should freeze my eggs. Like I thought I don't know what I thought. They were just going to go through with like a turkey baster or something. It was going to be like super easy. And then she's telling me, I'm just more and more horrified. I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
And it was like a year and a couple months before I was geriatric. She was like, you know, you're geriatric at 35. I was like, what? Yeah. That's a horrible name. And like, she was like, no, and she's a doctor. She's like, no, that's the medical term for it. I'm like, that is awful.
Yeah.
And then I went to like a sleepover, like with a bunch of girls. And I think I was the only one under 35 maybe, but not by much. Like I just found out this and I was like, everybody was drinking though. So I was like, can you believe this is a thing? And I don't know how it came out of my mouth or how it was heard, but everybody thought that I was just calling them all geriatric. And they like hated me for like 6 months. Like,
get more sensitive.
Like finally somebody told me like later on, but I was like, girl, I was just as shocked and offended as you.
Right.
Thought we were shocked and offended together.
I thought this was a group project.
Yes, exactly.
So then as soon as I got cleared, I went back to doing Pilates and then
did you do reformer or floor? Okay.
Floor is so hard. Even after years of doing reformer, I did a one floor one. And I was like, I'm dying.
Too much reformer made me real like thick and boxy though. Like the floor Pilates. I'm gonna send you one.
Okay.
On YouTube.
I'm not doing it though.
Oh, it's so easy.
It's the floor one?
This particular floor one.
Okay.
I've been doing this since they used to like mail people Netflix DVDs.
Okay.
My college roommates got it.
Okay.
And it's the first Pilates I ever did. It's MTV Pilates, Kristen McGee. It's absolutely phenomenal. You can do it no matter if you were like a beginner at it or like you can make it harder for yourself, even if you're injured, because you pretty much lay on the ground the entire time. Except for the very end, you do like a mini Pilates push-up. This isn't an ad. You can actually get it free on YouTube. And I will leave the link in the comments below if you want to check it out. Literally best Pilates ever. It was the first thing that like got rid of my cellulite in my early 20s. And yeah, I've used it to rehab myself. I've like bought this DVD so many times, like back when people were still buying DVDs, and I would loan it out to somebody and just never get it back because it was so good. And then finally an ex-boyfriend of mine was like, we moved, I couldn't find it. He was like, why don't you just look on YouTube? And like YouTube was newer, right?
Right.
So, and there it was. As long as you don't care about like having Arabic subtitles, then, oh, hello friends. Yeah, then it's great. I don't mind. I just like to do the thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll have to send it to you and then we'll review it in one of our next podcast sessions.
Yes.
But it's literally the best. And it's like the best, one of the best core. That and then like the ab slide, the ab wheel, which you can get for like $10 to $20 on Amazon. You can find it in my Amazon store. I have the original ab slide, which you can find that's not branded on YouTube. That's in the store. That has a spring back. That one's really good to use. If you are just starting, you need a little assistance. And then once you get more advanced, and like, depending on how much I've been practicing, I go back from like needing help to like doing the harder one. Here I have the one, it's just like $8 you can get, and it comes apart, and that one's great to take with you if you travel a lot because it can come apart, fit in your suitcase. And it's amazing for like back definition, arms, like literally the knees up. And you only have to do it like 3 to 5 minutes a day.
Those things are hard.
They are hard. Have you tried the one with the spring?
No, that just the thought of that scares me.
The spring, it springs back. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
easy. I've literally had this one since I was like 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since like the PMS started to kick in. Like I bought it from CVS. It's like ancient. It's like a vintage ab slide. It's great. Yeah, we ran out of time on your podcast.
We did. So we'll just have to do
We're
another
talking
one.
about all kinds of random fun stuff. We still have to go to the
What's it called?
pick apart.
Pick apart.
Have y'all ever heard of a pick apart before? Right? I had asked her if she'd heard of it before because we were talking about smash rooms. And she was like, no, what is that? And I was like, oh, that must be a poor people thing. That's true. Like,
Maybe for people that have extra time.
your parents,
Maybe that's it.
Your parents must have went straight to the dealership.
Oh,
You fancy.
no, not back in the day. That was not the case.
So if you don't know what a pick apart or a pull apart is, it's like if you need extra parts for cars, then you can go and like all these like cars are dumped there or whatever. And, you know, if some of the parts are still good, you can go take them off the cars, right? I'm just saying.
I think you need a smash room. That sounds amazing.
They have a smash room over on Binford.
Really?
A smash room and axes.
Huh.
So we should try both. We get a few girls together. We'll
Yeah.
film it. Some fun girls who want to film things. Have a couple in mind.
Okay.
We'll get a couple of girls together, and then we'll try the difference between the two. I've done the axes before. Have you done the axes?
The throwing of the
They're
axes.
so hard.
It is hard. I thought I was like, this is easy. No.
No. No, and I'm good at shooting things. I'm good with like swords. I'm good at hitting things with my hands or my feet.
Okay.
But yeah, axes, that's like a special skill.
Special skill.
My sister's husband got her like special axes. Like, I don't know if they're Harry Potter axes or something.
For that
I
activity?
think just for that activity because they just bought like a little.
I didn't know you could bring your... Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't know you could bring your own axes.
She's actually gotten pretty good. She's going to be a little warrior.
I'm like dripping sweat on the back of my neck.
So she just finished her first 30-minute Flux Red body sculpting session. And she's on for round 2. I feel great. I feel sweaty.
Yes.
I did an hour yesterday on my quads, hamstrings, and then this like lymph area here.
It just feels like you're constantly like...
Yeah, if you
fighting
don't have
here.
a time, you don't have an option to stop. It just works you out consistently.
Yeah. There's no... Like I've been doing abs for 30 minutes.
Does it feel like a massage yet?
I feel like there's like certain pulses that feel like a massage, and then it's like, just kidding.
Massage workout.
Yeah.
Massage workout.
Yeah, that's
Massage
exactly what
workout.
it's like. You're like, oh, I can breathe. Oh, wait, no.
This is so great for active recovery, though, too, if you are somebody who works out a lot, because this can help, especially with lifting. You know, I've like lifted so hard, like I couldn't sit in the car.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
like,
My back has been murdered.
like, but this kind of like spreads it out, and then it helps to like purge more of the lactic acids out of your body faster.
That makes sense.
So it's definitely best to do, like, especially if you're doing heavy lifting, to come lift first and then come here right after. And then that can limit like how sore you are. It can, you know, obviously when you're helping recovery time, you're helping the muscles and everything grow faster. Now, working out like a Pilates, yoga, cardio, before or after, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're still going to see great results. But like lifting, or if you're doing Pilates with weights, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I took a bar class before this.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
I upped my weights actually because I knew I'd be doing this, and I was like,
Yeah,
I just
that's
wanna
great.
go a little bit harder. So,
Anytime you activate those muscles, like if you want to come do arms, then, you know, at least do like some arm bands, like if you're first starting.
mhm.
If you're a pro already, go ham on it. Like, do as much arms or legs, glutes, any of that, especially if you're trying to grow the muscles. You know, and there's a difference between growing arms and muscle. A lot of people who have cellulite issues or cellulite prone, they can have really big arms, but most of that can be toxins or cellulite, especially if you use
Oh.
your arms a lot.
Okay.
So, like, I'll throw in a picture here of an example of me, like my right arm versus my left arm. I had some of my students start working on me, like, back in the springtime, and the right arm was, like, way bigger. But you could see it kind of looked like a watercolor. If it looks like watercolor, like a lot of people don't think about having cellulite other than like your legs or your butt, but you can definitely get it everywhere. And when it looks like a watercolor, that's like a level 1, 2, that's just like toxic buildup.
Oh.
So yeah, it would make sense that my right arm would be stronger because I am sculpting with that one, but not by that much. And then you could totally see a difference after she did like 3 or 4 sessions on me. She was just learning. Like then my fat arm and shoulder and into the back, like this, well, the watercolor cellulite, the toxins were gone, and then this arm was smaller than this one.
You're right-handed?
Yeah, that and my shoulder from working out people.
Yeah.
Now I just know I've just had a bunch of people who, you know, they've got a long progress to go. You know what I mean? They've got years of stuff built up in them, and I like either in their face or their legs with cellulite, and I had 5 people start around the same time that were all going to be very challenging. And yeah, I was like, I just can't put you guys on the same day.
Right.
So I gotta put you like hours in between and do a sauna and some stretching.
Yeah.
Cause it like took it out. I mean, the first time I did that, like to myself, was like my 2nd month in business. Cause I went like from more busy like networking, but not as busy working on people to like slammed. And I didn't know my limits. I didn't want to, did breaks. I was just like, go, 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 go.
Well, yeah. It's exciting when it gets like that, but you also have to take
and then I'm like, I'm broken.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was in my 20s. So, like, I don't know why, like, 11 years later, I think I can be, like, doing that. Eventually, we learned balance. Does, like, your brain fully forms at 25, right?
Okay.
But I feel like you don't really start to know how to, like, drive it fully formed until, like, maybe you're 35 or 40. I don't know. I still feel like I'm learning. I'm not 40
I agree.
yet. Maybe 50. Like, does it depend on the person?
I don't know. But all these people that are, like, these women that I've met throughout the years are like, you're going to love your 40s. You're going to love your 40s. And I really feel like in the last year it's kicked in. Like, you still obviously care about things, but your give a shit is gone. And it feels so good. I've always had a big one. Like, big give a shit.
I was like, oh, you give a shit. Let me show you.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting there now.
I'm getting there. So, like, oh, I annoy you? Let me make sure that nobody annoys you more than me.
Let me be more.
Just don't look at me.
I want to be the number one person
that annoys you. So you know what? If you're one of those secretly watching, guess what? You can now go troll me on YouTube, but from a secret name. Yeah, you can put anything on there. So that's exciting. You know, you don't have to troll me from like the secret accounts that nobody can see you. You know, just saying. With a magic wand. Oh my gosh, one of my clients got me some magic wands that look just like those, but they're salt and pepper shakers.
That's so cool.
They're so cute.
That is so cool.
I know. I gotta find some like Himalayan salt that's already broke up like that. That's not like in a grinder. I was like, I'm just gonna grind all this into here.
I imagine it'd be super fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have bath salt like that, but it's like scented. That's not what you really want to put on your food.
No, don't put on yours.
But it's great. I love the Himalayan salt one with the grapefruit. So yeah, you're saying you always worked out. We're so 80.
I know we are. I love it though because it just keeps going. I'll try to make it shorter. So, you know, when you have new babies, like the window of time to get to work out is very slim. So I would do like at home work. Well, they were born in 2019 and then COVID hit March.
Oh no,
So,
worst time.
Like at home workouts for the first like 2.5, 3 years of their life.
Oh wow.
And then finally we had some extra help and that would watch them and stuff. So I could go do stuff like that. But it's been, so I would work out. I was healthy, water, all that. And I just couldn't get rid of that like C-section pooch.
Yeah.
Because my scar's right there. And then it was just like a shelf, like no matter what I did.
Yeah.
And so finally I was like, you know what? And that was part of our agreement. So too, if we found out they were twins, that the boobs and the belly would get done.
That's so fair.
I was like, yeah.
So fair.
So I did that last
More
year.
than fair.
I did a mommy makeover, which is not liposuction, just
And not an Ella Bardo mommy makeover. She did a surgical mommy makeover.
Surgical, sorry. Yes.
Today's the start of her Ella Bardo mommy makeover.
Okay.
So what all did that include?
So that is a tummy tuck, and I did implants and a lift.
Did you do that all at the same time?
Yeah.
One surgery, one anesthesia?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like
I would only want to do that once too.
all or nothing.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Just like with the kids.
Yeah, right. I would
There's no joking around. But ever since I recovered from that, I was like, that was just my starting line. Like, now we're going to kill it.
Yeah.
Now we're really going to kick ass and like run and Pilates and bar, whatever. But we're not just going to, that wasn't my like fix it. That was my starting point.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, if you have this now, you have no reason to not just maintain it, but like make it even better.
Absolutely.
So that's my whole like thought process on that.
I know. I'm so excited to start your scar smooth and the scar reduction.
Yes.
So the doctors can do the little nip tuck and then we like polish all of that up. Like it is so pretty, like it never happened. And I also teach this too. I feel like every plastic surgeon should have this available to their clients as like instant aftercare, because why would you not? So yeah, I mean, there's no reason I should be doing all this, right? Especially if you already have a staff. I can just teach your staff. And the other really cool thing about plastic surgeons, especially if they're doing the face stuff, like they can't really work on themselves. Yeah, they can inject it, but injections don't fix everything, you know? And sometimes they can make it worse if people are just trying to get better results and doing more and more and more, and it's not really balancing. Gravity can bring that stuff all down to the bottom of the face. I mean, they have plenty of like MRI stuff. I've been saying this for years because I do sculpt people's faces, so I can feel it in the face that the filler does not go away. A lot of times it sinks. And like, you know, gravity will pull it down. Now they have doctors, you know, doctors of radiology, plastic surgeons that are like, oh yeah, we figured out that it doesn't go away. I've been saying this for like 10 years. So trust me, when I say something, I'm not just saying it. It's because I'm like, I don't know, I'll be asking a question and be like, what do you guys think? Let's figure it out together. If I'm saying it, it's because I know, like it's been multiple times. I'm like, there's too many things for it to be a coincidence, right? So yeah, it's also a great thing for like injectors, I feel like, to learn, because at the end of the day, it's about facial balancing. You would love to have a tool that can also get rid of stuff that's making the face bigger, as well as adding to it, instead of just trying to make it bigger, you know, balanced and balance and balance, but that version of balance is bigger. The other cool thing with non-invasive face sculpting, if you're a surgeon, you obviously have an eye for that stuff, and you can actually work on yourself. You can actually work on yourself. Like, you don't have to trust another surgeon to do that. And then your face can also be a testimony to your eye, to, you know, what you can do for proportions, you know, how, if you know, want to follow that golden ratio, because you can get more of that done on your face without having to go under anesthesia, without ever, I mean, I literally have one right next to my bed. I have two here and I have one next to my bed. So now I have no excuses to not be doing it on myself. I'll be doing more lives on that as we go. But yeah, I definitely think everybody who is in aesthetics, plastic surgery, massage therapy, it can do so much. I've like got chiropractors, physical therapists, doctors of physical therapy. If you're on any of these fields and your clients would like to look better, feel better instantly, and that they would pay you for that, then this is a class that you want to take. How many more minutes do you got?
16.
I just added more minutes. I've got 8. So when are we going live on your Pretty Walks and Ugly Talks podcast? And where is it going to be at? Is it going to be on YouTube?
Is it
going to be on podcast? I don't understand how the whole podcast thing works.
Well, I'm still figuring all that out too, but it will be on YouTube and it will be on Spotify.
Oh,
that's
fun.
One thing that I reserved right when I knew I was doing this. I knew that like you had to go out and get your name on what you wanted, that kind of thing. So I have that, but I haven't put anything anywhere yet because we're
perfecting it,
that,
polishing it.
Just want to make sure everything is good to go before.
So when's the estimated date for the first one to drop?
It will be next month in November.
And then like when is mine? Because mine's obviously the funniest, right?
Yes.
But yes. Oh, she told us. I knew it. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. That's why I was like, you have to be on like the next Flux with friends. We just had a blast together, and I hope you've had a blast with us today.
Yes.
And so if I'm number 5, then I'll probably be in like December sometime, right?
Yeah, something like that.
A little Christmas surprise.
But we will both be letting you know.
We will let you know. We'll keep you updated.
Yes.
And I'm going to enjoy the last 5 minutes of my Flux, get everything cleaned up. And we will see you next time. Not this Thursday, but the Thursday after that. As long as that's not Thanksgiving, right?
No, that's
we'll definitely have Flux with friends then. We are also going to be doing a couple morning ones because we've got some mamas that have some really cool stuff to share with us, but they can't make it to the evening. So we're going to start doing like some morning ones, probably like on opposite weeks. So thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be so much fun. Make sure you go over to the Bardo YouTube channel, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any uploads because we are filming on Instagram like about a month ahead of time. And there's a ton of cool content on there already. I'm posting every day. And I really love the YouTube community. I'm so excited for her to be a YouTuber soon because it's just fun. We have a lot of great conversations over there. You know, there's a lot of great trolling over there. Lots of great trolls talking crazy. And I just feel like that makes stuff so much more interesting.
I just love to read the comment section.
Right? I had somebody today on the YouTube live that was like, my brother's birthday is today. Can you say hi, happy birthday? And then spelled the name like super weird, like dildo. And I was like, I like halfway read it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's your birthday. Like, you know, it's great that you're gay, but I think it's weird that your brother got you a dildo for your birthday. That's odd. And then he left. So, you know, the lives are fun. It's fun when people troll on lives because it keeps you on the toes, you know, keeps you witty.
I agree.
All right, I'm too much for myself right now. Love you guys. Bye.